Hey guys, Daniel here with ThatDAMBrand, and this is going to be my first episode of my new series, D-Domain, where I just get to talk and BS about things that I like, things that we don't really get into the podcast, or that I don't go deep enough into the podcast because, I don't want to bore anyone during that, but if you want to come nerd out with me here I am. So, topic number one, we're going to talk about the Zen 2. I actually don't know why I have this headset on. We're going to talk about Zen 2. It's the new processor architecture coming out with from AMD. It looks pretty exciting. It's looks like it's going to be really fast. And they released some rumors. They didn't release rumors. There was leaks. You don't release rumors. It looks like there can be possibly 12 and 10 core processors coming from for the Ryzen 3000 series. Ryzen 7s, obviously, and that's pretty exciting for me. I'm really stoked about that. I really want to get really high, lots of CPU power to encode my stream very well. I know that that's probably a lot of overkill. A current Ryzen 7 could probably really do like what I want, but it's good for video encoding and maybe multitasking. I'm video encoding meaning like my YouTube videos, do them fast. So I'm pretty stoked about that, and I'm just a techie person, new shit that always intrigues me. It looks like also that Ryzen 3, the Ryzen 3000 series, which is Zen 2, is also going to support PCI 4, which is the slot that we currently use for a graphics card is PCI 3. It's supposed to double its bandwidth. From my understanding, and please correct me if I'm wrong, that's not really going to help me or probably you guys, because right now the GPUs don't really max out PCI 3. That'd be more for out in the field, like our industry. I'm sorry, I should. So that's still cool. One day maybe they will, but rumor is also that the new GPUs, the Navi GPUs coming from AMD, will also use PCI 4. So maybe I'm wrong, and maybe they're just going to use the architecture just to use it. But that's pretty exciting. Again, Nvidia. I love Nvidia. I love Nvidia's products, but they do price gouge. They price gouge a fuck ton. So even if AMD's not as good as Nvidia, and I still buy Nvidia, just having AMD be competitive and lower Nvidia's prices is good for the market, and maybe one day AMD will surpass Nvidia, and I'll have an AMD card instead of a Nvidia card. Just like right now, I have a AMD CPU because, in my opinion, for what I do, not in my opinion, it's fact. For what I do, streaming and content creation, Ryzen's are better. If you're just a flat-out gamer, Intel's better. But if you like streaming and you want to use CPU encoding, Ryzen's are better. So, I'm hoping that happens in the GPU market too. But, yeah, so I guess that wasn't that bad of nerding out. Next topic, we're going to talk about the VGAs. So I watched the VGAs with Shiro. We streamed together and chat and commented on certain things. I'm not going to get into the rewards and stuff. I kind of, whoever wins Game of the Year doesn't really matter to me. But I am going to talk about certain announcements. The first one being the Far Cry New Dawn. It's pretty much takes place after Far Cry 4 or 5. I'm sorry, Far Cry 5. It follows one of the endings where a nuke is set off and pretty much blows everything up. So it's pretty much kind of like a Far Cry Fallout, I guess, in a lack of a better term. It looks interesting. It looks very Narco Road-ish, like over the top, extreme. Maybe Narco Road left a bad taste in my mouth, and for you guys who don't know, Narco Road is a DLC for Ghost Recon Wildlands, and go look at those reviews if you do not know how bad it is. I don't think I've seen one good review on it. So that's what it kind of reminds me of. It kind of has that kind of feel to it to me. I hope it's not as bad. I hope they do it well. It also looks to me like I bought the season pass for Far Cry, so it kind of looks like it's the DLC that should have came out with the game from the season pass. That's what this comes off to me as, like the stupid Mars and Vietnam shit that we got, and the zombie crap. I could do without. All that was garbage. I didn't like any of the Far Cry DLC, and because of that, I'm not going to be buying the season pass next time, like right out the gate. I should have known better to do that first off, but that's pretty much guaranteed. If I buy Far Cry 6, I will buy the base game and only the base game. But so I'm actually, you know, I wanted to see where the story went, so I'm intrigued by it because of the story. And what was really cool to me, in the end of the trailer, you see Father, and he says something to the effect that I was mistaken, or I'm wrong. And that's intriguing to me because it sounds like Father is going to want to like restore order and not live in this anarchy. So it's a possibility that while he may not be an ally, but you may have to work with him at certain points because, you know, an enemy of my enemy is my friend. So I think that's interesting. I think they have a really good possibility to like bring him in as an anti-hero, and I would love to see that. I would love to kind of, you know, you got to work with him, but you don't really trust him type of thing going on. They could just do shitty storytelling and kill him off at the beginning, and I wouldn't be surprised if they just kill him off at the beginning somehow. Like maybe the two main enemies that you see, I don't know their names, but those two ladies kill him. But I would like to see some sort of dynamic where you have to trust him even though you don't really trust him. And I think there's a lot of potential for a good story. Whether the gameplay is good, like I said, it looks very like they're just trying to be extreme, and you know, like that over-the-top stuff really doesn't fly with me. But I'm hoping for some good shit from that game, and it has potential. And it's only $40, and for PC, you know, get it on Green Man Gaming when it comes out, 10-15% off. You can probably get it for like $35. I think it would be a good buy for $35. Now, moving on, let's see my list. Okay, yes, Psychonauts. While Psychonauts 2 has been announced in the past, we did get to see a pretty cool trailer. I was surprisingly impressed with some of the lighting effects. They looked really cool to me, and I didn't expect that from Psychonauts. I'm a really big Psychonauts fan. When the first game came out in the original Xbox, like back in the day, I think it was also on PlayStation. Back in the like right when the new consoles were coming out, I actually was a hater of the game. I thought the art design looked stupid, and I still think the art design fits the game, but I didn't give the game a fair chance. And I just thought it was corny, but then I actually played it and I loved it. It's a really good game. It should have gotten a sequel a long time ago, and I'm really excited to see that it's finally coming out. I don't know. I'm sorry. I was talking to Shiro yesterday during the stream, and it turns out that Psychonauts is actually on Steam, and if it supports controller, because I don't see any, you know, that's the way I think you would play that game. I'll probably rebuy it on Steam and just give it a go before Psychonauts 2 comes out, just to refresh my memory and, you know, of what happened in the first one, because it has been what, 15? No, it's been over 10 years. What, 12 years, 13 years since the other game. So, you know, I'm looking forward to that, and I think that's going to be a really, really good game. It's really, really charming. The first game had a little special, unique, and awkward charm to it. I enjoyed it. But moving on to the next announcement, which was my favorite announcement, Ultimate Alliance 3. That's legit. I remember spending many hours playing X-Men Legends and playing X-Men Legends 2, which, if you guys don't know, the X-Men Legends series actually preceded the Marvel Ultimate Alliance series. I think those series were so successful that they're like, hey, why are we limiting it to X-Men? Let's do the whole Marvel universe, which was a great idea, because I got to play as Iron Man before Iron Man was cool. Iron Man has always been my favorite superhero. I know he's like the #1 superhero now, but even when no one knew who the fuck he was my favorite superhero. Anywho, I love those type of games. I'm really looking forward to playing those on stream. I'm really looking forward to just playing the game in general, I guess. I don't know what to say about that. Like, I remember playing when I went camping one time. My grandparents own an RV, or they owned an RV at the time. And we went out to Gardner State Park here in Texas, and all me and my cousins did was play X-Men Legends 2 once we got to the campsite, where they can plug in the RV to power everything. That's all we did the whole time that we were out in out in the state park. We just played X-Men Legends. So I'm a huge fan of the game. It has a lot of good memories for me, and the gameplay itself is superb. The only downfall to this game that I can see, and it kind of disappoints me that they did this, is that it's a Switch exclusive. That I really would like to see that game on PC, you know, with some better graphics and better frame rates. Well, I guess the frame rate's not important, it is just a beat 'em up. But, you know, some nice graphics. I would love to see a really detailed Iron Man suit. Again, I'm a huge fan of him, and the photon blast can be really cool looking on like a max settings computer. Just how the wavelengths look and the detail that they can put into the energy. I think that'd be awesome. But the fact that I get to play the game is really cool just in itself, because good segue into my next topic. I now am an owner of the Switch. I bought this because, from Amazon Spain, because everywhere I looked these were sold out unless they were ridiculously expensive and overpriced. When I mean sold out, I mean the Pokemon edition of it. You know, you can find them on eBay for like $600, $500. But I was able to get that from Spain. It cost me $104 with shipping, and they cost $100 in the US. I mean, $400 in the US if you were to buy a US version of it. And then you have to pay the sales tax on top of that. Here in Texas, it's 8%, so I'd end up paying like, what, $32 in sales tax anyway. So I actually got it cheaper importing it from Spain than if I would have actually bought it from the US, if I could find one, first off. For you guys who don't know, the Switch is actually not region encoded, so you can buy a European version or a Japanese version, and it would still work in the US just as it was a US version. It may, on boot up, be in, like that one probably is going to be in Spanish on boot up, but all you need to do is change the language to English and it'll be fine. I had a Japanese DS when I couldn't find the color I wanted here in the US, so I just imported one. I'm really stoked about that. I'm lucky that I got it the day Smash comes out, so now I can download Smash and be a day oneer. So that's real cool. I just got lucky with that. That wasn't supposed to come until the 12th. Elgato has a sale right now for they're streaming the HD 60 Pro, the capture card. That's what I mean by the streaming, the capture card. So expect some Switch streams from me. I may stream Pokemon. I may stream. Well, I will stream Smash. Just don't know when. Whenever, well, I guess when the card comes in. And me and Matt will stream Ultimate Alliance because Matt is gonna get a Switch because of Ultimate Alliance. He had. It sounds like. Well, we talked about it before. He has a similar love for the game and has similar types of memories, of course, with different people that he played it with, but it still has a place in his heart the way it has a place in my heart. So expect those streams, and we'll probably play through the whole game knowing this. And yeah, that's pretty exciting. So I guess that's more of a what to expect in the future for me. And my last topic, okay, let me look at that. Yep, sorry, I had a cheat sheet, I kind of forgot, is my PC build video that I've been promising for a while on my streams and such. So I did film it back in November, and the whole reason I haven't released it yet is because the motherboard I chose I chose it because it supports Store MI, which, if you don't know what that is, it's AMD has licensed the software from a company, I forget their name, but it does steer towards storage. So if you have you get an SSD and you get a regular hard drive, and then you pretty much tier them together, you bind them together, so like the computer sees one hard drive, but they're both together. It'll put all your files that you use, or all the files, I guess, not the files, all the information that you use on a frequent basis in your solid state drive, and it'll keep all the information that you don't use in that very often in your regular drive. But it breaks it down by blocks. So if you understand what, like a PC, you kind of really already know what it gets, but think about if you've ever defragged a computer, how you see how the blocks move around. That's part of the program. So it literally can break up the programs to the different hard drives. So like if you use this program a lot, but you only use this section of it. Like, let's say like there's a game that you play a lot, but you only play like this portion of the game a lot. So all that will be on your solid state drive, and all the rest of the game will be in on your regular hard drive. So you'll get SSD speeds for that portion of the game, and it constantly sees what you're playing or what your files you're using. It's not just for games, but games can benefit from it a lot. So constantly see what you're doing and constantly move the data back and forth up and down the tiers. I think that's an amazing technology. It potentially, not potentially, but it makes it so that you have kind of more SSD space, but not really. You're just breaking apart the games or the files. And I really loved it when I used it, and then it started fucking up. Well, I think it started fucking up. Tomorrow I'm doing my final test. I installed it on a new hard drive, and that's when it started fucking up. So I don't know if it's the hard drive or if it's StormMI. Tomorrow we're playing Anthem because we got into the alpha. Unfortunately, it's closed and I have an NDA, so I will not be able to talk about the game at all. But what I am doing is I'm using Anthem, since I'm guessing it's going to load a lot, and it is like supposed to be like a Borderlands style game or a Destiny style game, so there should be a lot of loading. I'm using it to test my hard drive, and if it plays well, then I know it's StormMI, and I will actually change which motherboard I recommend based on that, because there is a cheaper motherboard that has the same features, but it is a generation behind, but that really doesn't matter that much. So that's the whole thing with why my PC build hasn't came out yet, PC build video, is because I really don't want to recommend something that doesn't work. I'm not just going to say something just because it's new. I believed in StormMI when I first picked out the parts, and then it started fucking up, and I know there's people that are going to watch this video, or watch my build video, because there's streamers that I talk to on a pretty daily basis or through, Discord and their streams that are interested in what I have to say about PC, building the streaming PC, because they stream on console right now, and they are looking to get a streaming PC, and I do not want to steer them the wrong way. And pretty much it's quality control. That's why it hasn't came out yet. That's it for my first episode. So I plan on doing these pretty much on off weeks when we don't have the podcast, and it's probably going to be more, it's going to be more what I want to talk about more than what's popular to talk about. Hope you like this video, and like, share, subscribe, hang out with us on Twitch. We will be streaming new stuff soon, or at least I will be. Matt will probably join me in that too once he gets his Switch. And so yeah, see you guys around. Thanks. Peace.
If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to check out one of the other videos on screen now. And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video.